when you have like a friend and she's been in an abusive relationship, this man has some sort of juju power over her, and you're just like, girl, we don't understand why you're still here, but we're gonna be here for you. We're gonna wait for you until you can finally make it out. And then she finally makes it out. She's finally had enough disrespect, enough bullshit, and she's like, okay, I'm finally ready to go. That was Cardi, like she's finally getting away from Offset. She has been filing for divorce and never actually making it through the door. So we were all like, girl, get free, let's get with the program. And then what does she do? She starts dating Stefon Diggs. And all of us, okay, at that point I was looking at her like, okay, girl, Stefon Diggs, not ideal, but I thought she understood the program. Like, it's unfortunate to say this, but it's just the truth of the matter, so I don't care if people get mad or not. When it comes to dating, there's people that you can have fun with, and then there's people that you take seriously. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Like, the same way men like to say, oh, there's wifey material and then there's girls to have fun with. Men are also like that. There's men that you can actually marry and do life with, and there's men that are just there for fun. So Stefon Diggs was supposed to be a fun guy. He was supposed to be the guy who's like, let's just have fun. I think because Cardi B is unfortunately such a male-centered person, and we are gonna get into it as the video goes on. But I was just like, okay, I get it. Sometimes the only way to get over one man is to get under another one. But then, how do you get pregnant? Anyways, hello, hi. My name is Michelle, and this is my channel. I just talk about, anything I find interesting. So, welcome to the chaos that is my mind. Today we're talking about Cardi B and the mess that she has created in her life. So, like I said in the beginning, I thought Cardi B was with the program. I thought she knew, hey, I'm dating this guy, but this is just for fun. This is just so I can get my divorce over and done with, and so that I can finally move on with my life. And I think it was also like a kickback to Offset to kind of show him like, hey, I can get over you. And the girlies, we were behind her, because I was seeing the comments on Instagram and random ass TikToks, and people are like, oh my god, Cardi B, oh yeah, this couple is amazing. And of course the men in the comments were like, this is literally the same dude. But the ladies, where we were at that point was, we knew that this is just like a little fling for Cardi B. Whew! Girlie goes on ahead to get pregnant by a guy I don't think she's even been dating for. I don't think it was even like a year. Don't fact check me. These are just opinions. But I don't think she was dating this guy for even a year. So I'm like, okay, girl, now you're pregnant. And I'm just side-eyeing because I'm like, what the hell is this? And so I'm like, okay, so she's having a kid. Great. She has money. She can cater for the kid. And they seem to be in a happy relationship. And then more time goes on. And then you see Stefon Diggs has 1,000,001 baby mamas. So at that point, I'm just staring and I'm like, oh, wow. This is a harem, literally a harem of baby mamas. And now Cardi B has signed herself up for that. Then you're like, okay, it's not too bad, not too crazy. But then you sit down and you think about where Cardi B was at during the time that she's pregnant. So this is a time when she's releasing her new album. This is a time when she's dealing with a divorce with a man who does not want to be divorced, out here acting like a baby mama. And then you have her dealing with her career, her supposed to be going out and doing the tour. She was supposed to be touring. So her fans are sitting back, me included. I'm not really a Cardi B fan, but I follow these things. But I can't say that I'm a fan, but I follow. So all of us are kind of sitting down and you're looking like, girl, how are you going to do all of this? Have a baby. And then, she has 3 other kids. So that's another thing that you're putting on top. So we're just all like, girl, this is so much work. And then she releases a video And because people are dragging her at this point. It's crazy. So she releases a video.
Calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Is y'all cool? Y'all been dragging me for 3 or 4 days. Y'all been a little bit too mean. Like, all right now. Y'all been a little bit too mean. I can't change. I can't go back in time. You know what I'm saying? I already had a baby. Y'all want me to put my baby back in my huh? Y'all need to calm down.
And she's like, stop dragging me. I'm so busy. I have all these things that I'm doing. I'm stressed. And the only thing I could think about in that video was, whose fault is that? Like, why do all these things? And then you're like, okay, well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Life just kind of happens sometimes and you just gotta deal with it. But then you sit back and then you hear the story about Stefon Diggs and he's, what's his called? The chef. So apparently Stefon Diggs assaulted the chef, was threatening her, all types of crazy stuff. And now I'm looking at Cardi B like, what's going on? These are the men y'all are choosing? Like, can we be so for real? I don't understand this. And I guess that's what gets us to the main core of the video today, where it's like, being a pick-misha will most definitely kill you, because here's the thing, the magical thing that Cardi B could have done. She could have just remained single. She could have just been dealing with one dude instead of two. And I'm not trying to shame or victim blame anyone here, but this is just the reality of the way things are looking. Like, she could have moved out of her home. Cardi B has good money, clearly. That's why Offset is behaving like a baby mama, refusing to sign divorce papers because he ain't got no money. And apparently he's a gambler. If you want me to talk about that, we can deep dive into Offset's gambling. Like, it's insane. Like, this dude has no money. Anyways, so she's dealing with that. She's dealing with her concert coming up. People are expecting her to perform. She has a newborn plus 3 other kids. Now dealing with Stefon Diggs lawsuits, of which, why are you dealing with this? That's another layer that we have to add on top of this. Cardi B is a public figure. You didn't have to be involved in any of this. The chef is dealing with your boyfriend. Let her deal with the boyfriend. Why are you inserting yourself? Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about any of this? So, yikes on bikes. Because, girl, what are you doing? And this is where I'm saying Cardi B is male-centered, because you could have just remained single. You don't need a man to get over another man. In fact, it's healthier for you to sit down and reevaluate exactly what went wrong in the first relationship, so that when you get into a new one, you can see the red flags. Because that's another thing. I'm not ever gonna judge someone for not seeing red flags, because the reality is we are all traumatized differently. So, for example, I'm traumatized in the way that it makes me hyper vigilant. So there's just some shit you cannot get past me, but it's because that's how I was traumatized, not because I grew up that way. So I cannot judge someone else for being unable to see the red flags. That's fine. But girl, the decisions you're making are insane. Literally insane. Anyways. And yeah, but I also really wanted to talk about like the pick-me's and the fact that so often than not, being male-centered or even being slightly misogynistic will always land you in hot water. Because look at Cardi B now. That's a mess. I can't even sugarcoat it. And another example I would like to give of someone being male-centered and ending up in the same situation is, unfortunately, my girl Halle Bailey. I did a video on her, so she's just the closest example I can think of. And she watched DDG's channel before they got together. So she kind of saw his personality. And here's the thing, when DDG and his first girlfriend Ruby broke up, she came out with allegations. She came out and she said, look at my scars. This is what happened to me. And Halle Bailey saw that shit and she was like, it's not gonna happen to me. I am special. I am submissive enough. I am nice enough. I don't post videos like this girl who's out here twerking. I do respectable music. I don't dress like a hoochie, even though sometimes their outfits are quite revealing still. But she looked down on DDG's ex and she was like, that's not gonna be my experience. But it was, because that's the thing about being misogynistic or having internalized misogyny. The abusers, most of the time men who think it's okay to hit you or men who behave like this, they will never out loud say it because they know that it's wrong, and maybe some of them don't even know it, but subconsciously they are beliefs that they have in their system that makes them believe that they have the right to treat you a certain way, maybe because you're not behaving the way they want, or maybe because you're not doing exactly as they want. So this is one of the reasons why whenever we are dealing in the society that we're dealing with now in the patriarchal system, you cannot think of yourself as special because you behave a certain way or because you follow certain societal norms. You think that you'll be rewarded for that. Girl, ain't no VIP section in patriarchy. They will treat you exactly the same way that they treat other women. So this is just also kind of like a reminder to the girls, like, please don't ever think you're special, especially when dealing with men. Never ever are you special. And this is kind of like a warning to Cardi B, because if you think that Stefon Diggs is going to put his hands on this random ass chef, and you think that because you are Cardi B, he's never gonna do that to you, I got news for you. It's gonna be bad. It's probably gonna be bad. And I don't wish any bad on her. I wish her the best. These guys have a kid together. So I'm not wishing Cardi B any type of badness, and probably nothing will happen to her, hopefully. But it's just, I'm just saying it as like a warning to any of the girlies out there. Like, please do not think you're special. Don't ever do that shit with a man. If you see him treating another person in a terrible way, the likelihood is he can also treat you like that. It just genuinely depends on his mood, which is insane. I think something else that women tend to forget, especially when dealing with men, is the same way that they really, really judge women for their body count. It's unfortunate, but it does have some substance in it. Not completely, but it shows them your past behavior. And past behavior is a very good indicator of future behaviors. Like I said, we do a lot of patterns here. Pattern recognition is important. If a nigga has been cheating on all of his past relationships, the likelihood is he's going to cheat on you. If he's been beating women in the past, the likelihood is he's gonna beat you up. Unless they've gotten like some very serious work, have gone to therapy, have really unpacked whatever is wrong with them that makes them that angry that they would lay hands on you or whatever. The past behavior is a very good indication of future behavior. So please don't sit there and be like, oh, and this is an unfortunate thing that I've had said by so many victims, but I just gotta say it, and I know it's gonna be crazy, but most victims will say, I just didn't think it could happen to me. And that's unfortunate, because the reality is it can. It can happen to anyone. And that's why you need to have that mentality of, I'm not special. As soon as you see red flags, you need to take them for what they are and move on out. But anyways, those are just my tiny ass thoughts on, Cardi B and her situation. And I just thought, let me just weigh in and say something. This is completely unscripted, so if it feels super different, that is why. I'm trying to do unscripted videos, because I think I just flow better that way. So you will let me know how was the video. Anyways, I'm not coming for Cardi B. These are just my observations, and it's completely my opinion. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, give me some feedback, and thank you. Bye.